let's get our full-blown acceleration here. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we'll be reviewing a 2022 BMW Z4. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the BMW of Pleasant Grove, Utah for giving me some time with this Z4. This one is available for sale right now if you're interested. Something that I love about the BMW of Pleasant Grove is they do not charge over MSRP for any of their new cars. So if you want a great deal on a new BMW, definitely check them out. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood of this Z4, we have a turbocharged 3-liter inline-6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It is good for 382 horsepower and then 369 pound-feet of torque. And I love the engine display. You've got the M Performance, you got the carbon fiber, and since this is an inline-6, you have the 6 lines in a line. Yeah. Anyways, there's under the hood. Now let's go over the front end of the Z4. So first off, you guys can see we've got these really prominent body lines here on the hood, and the hood is absolutely massive, just like the Toyota Supra. It is just enormous. Now coming down below, you guys can see here with the headlights, and something that I didn't notice before is that accent light there at the top. That's definitely interesting looking, especially in person. But anyways, BMW's normal LED lights, and then you guys can see here with the BMW logo, and then their kidney front grille, and then we do have parking sensors here on the front end and tons of venting. And overall, this car actually looks great in person. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 55mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the front, and then two 75mm tires wrapped around 19-inch wheels in the back. And then you can see the wheels themselves are all blacked out just like the rest of this car, so it kind of has like that sinister blacked out appearance. And then notice with the brake calipers how those are blue, you know, the M color blue, which looks really cool. And then you also have a little M logo right there. And then notice here with the venting on the side, and unlike the Supra, this is a lot cleaner from a design perspective because it doesn't have like a bunch of crazy fake vents all over the car, so I think it looks great. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock, and then the opening here for the trunk, and if we just press that, it'll basically pop it, and then you just have to lift it up the rest of the way yourself. And you guys can see here with the storage space, it's actually very solid for a convertible, that is for sure. I'm not sure exactly what people would be comparing this to, maybe like a Porsche Boxster or whatever, but yeah, I think this is pretty solid when you compare it to that, for example. Anyways, boom. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, these taillights are absolutely crazy with the design. Then we have our Z4 logo, our M40i badge, and then you guys can see here with the rear, we do have more parking sensors here on the back. I love the exhaust tip covers, they look really cool. And the overall diffuser design, and yeah, overall, it's a good looking car. Now here's a door panel in the Z4. You guys can see really nice leather here, and then I love the blue contrasted stitching. And then we have Alcantara with more blue contrasted stitching, and then you guys can see here, pretty much the whole door panel is covered with padding, which I think looks fantastic. And then we do have memory seats. We've got our window controls, the mirrors do power fold in, and you guys can see we've got blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. And then here are the seats. I definitely like these seats a whole lot more than the Supra seats. You got the Alcantara at the top, blue stitching. These seats just look a lot nicer. And then notice there the power adjustments, M40i. And then here's the pedal layout. Got our normal light controls right there. And let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel for the Z4. You guys can see really nice leather all around, including the airbag cover. You got our heated steering wheel button right here. Got some controls for like your voice command, phone controls, all that. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 8-speed automatic. Do have our cruise control here on the other side as well. Turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, and well, there's the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see that it's a full digital gauge cluster, and I love how it says ZM40i there at the top, so you remember what model you got. Anyways, when you change the drive modes, it actually changes kind of how the gauge cluster will look with certain drive modes. So notice it going from adaptive to Eco Pro, for example, changes it, and then you got comfort. Then we have our Sport Plus. There is also Sport Individual, and then just a regular Sport mode. But yeah, overall looks great, and there you go. Here's the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. You guys can see we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, parking sensors front and rear. And then as for the screen itself, you've got the shortcut bar here on the side, and overall response time with the screen's great. So you guys can see, you can press the buttons and just boom, instantaneous. Really good infotainment system. I can also hover over the radio presets and it like shows me what's happening, which is pretty cool, or just whatever you have set as the presets basically. This is our shortcut button to the safety tech. We do have a dual zone climate system, heated seats here for the front, and then notice here with our analog controls for like the radio, all that fun stuff. We do have a wireless phone charger here with USB and all that, and this looks usable unlike the Supras. That's all I'm gonna say there. Anyways, we got the shifter here for the 8-speed automatic transmission. We got this for the stability control, and then parking sensors, auto stop start to turn that off, and then you got your engine stop start here, all of our drive modes, and then our auto hold, and then our parking brake. This is for the convertible top, and then this is the analog control for the infotainment system. So if you don't want to use the touchscreen, you can use that little dial right there. And then we're actually gonna pop the glove box for a second so you guys can see that whole setup. In terms of space, look at the dash with the blue stitching, and then nice leather. I think that looks great. And then we actually have a center console in this, unlike the Supra. It like opens and closes. So there's a lot of nice things that this has that the Supra doesn't seem to have. And then is this storage? No, there's something in front of it. Anyways, convertible top. So I'm gonna guess that I pull up for the top off. I was wrong. Push down for the top off. I had a 50-50 chance of being right, and I was wrong. That was quick. That was really quick. Anyways, let's quickly pop out so you guys can see what this looks like. That looks really cool with the top down. Yeah, that looks really cool. Wow. And then, I guess, just opposite for the top up function. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, and you guys can hopefully see the heads-up display now. Both mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let's set off. So, setting off in the Z4. First half of the review, we're gonna have the top down, and then second half, we will have the top up. I don't review a ton of convertibles because, you know, not a lot of automakers make them. So, yeah, we'll see if this is good for review. But I'm also worried about wind noise with the GoPro because it doesn't have a fluffy external mic like my regular camera does. But anyways, nice getting my scalp burned today in the 90-degree Utah weather. But you know what I will say is this doesn't sound, I've seen reviews of this talking about how this sounds different than the Supra. I feel like it sounds the same. Like it sounds just as crackly and poppy. Yeah, I don't hear any sound difference. I will say though, with the top down, you get so much more of the exhaust. Why they haven't made a convertible Supra is beyond me. Or like, you know, like a Targa, something where you could have an open air experience like this. And again, sorry if there's tons of wind noise. I can like feel buffeting around my head, and it's probably like on the camera. So sorry about that in advance. But anyways, ride quality is actually really good. It's smooth, it's comfortable. Sounds great. Like I want to, this is crazy. Like it's a very comfortable car, but I also just like, I want to drive it. Like I just want to kind of like go around corners quick and just enjoy it. And the top down experience is honestly, with the windows up, it's very enjoyable. Suspension's very well sorted. It sounds so good. Listen to that. Just all those pops. Oh man, this is fun. But yeah, that's our top down section, and then I'll put the top up, and yeah, we'll continue. Okay, so let's get our full-blown acceleration here. Oh man, this is quick, just like the Supra. No drama at all. Like there's no wheel spin or anything, which is kind of crazy. I'm curious as to why that is, because the Supra has tons of wheel spin with this powertrain. I'm wondering if it's because of the weight distribution, or I don't know. Well, the Supra has more weight over the rear end. Huh. I don't know. Anyways, let's sum things up with the Z4. So first off, this is the first time I've actually seen one of these in person with the new body style, like up close, and I really like it. Pictures don't do this car justice. Like, it looks a lot better in person than it does in photos and all that. And then interior, I like this more than the Supra interior, that's for sure. It's like the blue stitching just makes the interior pop a little bit more. The seats look better. The seats are super comfortable too. I feel like these are more comfortable than the Supra seats. Huh, weird. Same car basically, but lots of differences. And then driving dynamics, it does feel a little bit less tossable than the Supra. I will say that it obviously doesn't have the, you know, 50-50 weight distribution that the Supra has. That being said though, it's such a fun tossable car, and you got the top-down experience, and so you can really hear the exhaust, which is just amazing from a sound quality perspective. And so, you know, I think this is the more exciting weekend car, good with the top-down side of it. Maybe I'm just getting old and I like convertibles because I'm old. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, I like this a lot. And plus, this is more under the radar than the Supra. Like Supra, you can't go anywhere without getting attention. Whereas this, you can just go drive the car and enjoy it, and you don't have to worry about people just asking you tons of questions and asking you to be like, hey, you want to trade your Supra for my 1999 Honda Civic? It's like, okay. There you go. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this BMW Z4. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the BMW of Pleasant Grove, Utah for giving me some time with this Z4. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in the next video.